Man, this hoodie is brighter than my future. Hey everyone, Nate Patrick here, Nate PTK, and I just want to run through where we're at as it stands with the E-League 2022. Now, the path to E-League has just finished. We'll get to that after we run down the clubs where they're at individually, and we work out how many spots might be remaining at each club for the E-League. All right, Adelaide United haven't made any announcements yet. I'm quite sure that they've got at least one, maybe two competitors locked in, previous E-League competitors. Let's leave it at that. Brisbane Roar. Now, Brisbane had said that they were thinking about doing a qualifier similar to the Central Coast qualifier, which again, we'll get to in a little bit. I'm pretty sure they've run out of time. I'm pretty sure all E-League, A-League teams are meant to have signed their competitors or at least have an idea what they're doing. I'm pretty sure, knowing Brisbane, they might do some type of activation, but having run out of time, they'll probably pick two previous competitors a bit similar to Adelaide, but maybe Adelaide are a bit more planned. And again, fam, of course, this is all wild speculation. I'm only speaking on behalf of myself. Don't take it as gospel. I'm just trying to provide some insights and see what's going down. All right, Central Coast Mariners. This has to be the best ones to talk about thus far. Now, Central Coast have been very proactive. Number one, they re-signed, if you like, Jordi Brio. Jordi, who has gotten down to Tuggerah for one of the activations already, been there for them in the E-League in the past. And then the best/worst part of this entire video of the E-League itself, Brady Carr. I'm a FIFA tryhard one. Congratulations on making it to the E-League 2022. Now, if you missed it, Central Coast were the one A-League club to actually run an E-League activation. I mentioned this in my last video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I have mixed feelings and thoughts on these activations. The esports purist of me doesn't strictly like them, and yet the go and do something entrepreneurial side, give it a go side, it's like, why not? And if you got to see any of the photos, check it out on Twitter or whatnot. They went off, man. They used sort of their sponsors and stuff that they used for their pre-game show to run this amazing thing. I believe Tuggerah, Westfield, where they had like a big stage and huge TVs and whatnot. And so just like credit for going hard. Again, esports purists would be like ultimate team and blah, blah, blah. But the graphics were good. Again, like as a spectacle, it looked pretty cool. So kudos to Central Coast for running that. And of course, the Brady Carr, I'm a FIFA tryhard who I think I called like an E-League super fan, is now going to be in the E-League. And let's just call it like it is. Like, Newcastle Jets have done nothing for that poor kid for the better part of like a decade or something. Already, he's playing for the Central Coast. He's going to represent them in the E-League proper. They got him like a corporate box to watch a game. And isn't that what we really want? Like out of the E-League, or at least like a major part of what we would like is having this A-League, E-League interaction, treating these esports competitors with like a little bit of decency or respect, let alone getting them the corporate box. Brady, I hope you took Mama Tryhard along with you, who I'm sure drives you still everywhere. I hope she got a nice night out or some good food or something, mate. All right, moving on to MacArthur FC. We've not really heard a lot. I think of all the A-League clubs, they're probably the least active on social media, if that's fair to say. And considering a lot of the E-League and FIFA esports space lives online, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I traveled down to the MacArthur store and I was like, how cool is it that something actually like this exists in Australia? Like they have their own store within the Westfield there. I think that's pretty cool. And within said store is like a little FIFA zone and whatnot. So again, while it's too late definitely to run an actual competition to find competitors and stuff like that, hopefully they can utilize that space for like cool activations with their competitors, of which my little inside word, I do believe they have one signed competitor, but, and here we go, finally, we had to use the Path to E-League banner. They are looking to pick up a competitor through the Path to E-League, or so I say. Again, come on fam, just let me like throw around these wild accusations and statements without any backing whatsoever and just believe me, because point being, if it doesn't work out that way, don't have goes at me. I'm just trying to work stuff out as an independent little weasel. I don't know, some idiot who just likes the E-League too much. All right, Melbourne City haven't made a formal announcement for the E-League yet, have they? I've sort of like just gone and massively doubted myself. I don't actually know if they've announced who their competitors will be, but considering their sort of dedication, like they've easily been the A-League club to treat FIFA esports most seriously so far. They've shown tremendous like commitment to Marcus Gomes as well. I'm pretty sure their two competitors should be very obvious. Melbourne Victory, similarly, I don't believe have yet announced their competitors. By the time this video goes out, who knows what may have changed. But considering their commitment to a previous star and the esports organization that competitor is a part of, it wouldn't surprise me at all if both Melbourne Victory spots are nicely wrapped up. And similar vibes again. Are you getting the sort of tract of thought here? Are you understanding why in that last video that I'm like, form relationships, get in with an A-League club, even if maybe it's not your preferred spot, maybe it's not your preferred console. If you get that in, maybe that can be moves for you down the line. And so again, while Newcastle Jets might not have looked after I'm a FIFA tryhard, they also have zero responsibility to, considering particularly they won the E-League last year. Now, this is where I think the esports organization bit comes into play. If you're unaware, so many of these competitors are signed full-time to esports orgs. And so then the A-League is almost playing second fiddle. Like, these A-League competitors are just signing them for the E-League. They're not signing them for the FIFA Global Series season. So for Newcastle, having won it last year, I reckon one of those competitors and his sort of esports org buddy, teammate, if you like, will team up for Newcastle to be a very strong pairing again. All right, Perth Glory, nice and easy. Dylan Gomez, the younger Goatmez. We love you, Dylan. Was part of Perth Glory before. He's back again. And then I do believe that Perth Glory, and finally I get to say this a second time, are potentially, probably, definitely, looking for a competitor for the path to E-League. Sydney FC, as easy as you like. Marco, Jamie, Footwiz. It's probably the most like solid partnership in the E-League, if that's all right to say. Like, Melbourne City have obviously got that existing relationship with Marcus Gomes, so it shouldn't be a surprise to see anything there. But Sydney FC was so quick to announce. They're a club that like to win. They've got the biggest esports organization relationship. Obviously, Footwiz going international. You know you're going to get content. You're going to get that brotherhood. Sydney FC are going to be very difficult to stop. All right, Wellington Phoenix. I never know what to say about Wellington. My sort of thoughts on them change from day to day. Mostly good. Mostly good, even when the thoughts are changing. They're mostly good thoughts. And what I will say that I like about Wellington is their commitment to being able to get competitors from their region. Once upon a time in E-League land, it was an Australia-only event, meaning Wellington used the likes of Just Man United, who represented that club very well, but he's also not a local lad. And when you only get 2 competitors to represent your region, surely you want the local boys? And so as I talked about in the previous video, you have got Campbell Knowles, you've got the big boy, Airborne Airbnb, who I'm sure will be back again. You see that guy step up. He's posting intensity about the Knicks. When it counts, it's smart. It's smart. I tell you what, there's some good FIFA esports talent out there, considering there's only 2 spots. And if Airborne is indeed locking one down, that means, in my opinion, they're going to have a stronger competitor probably miss out. So will Wellington just go and sign one of these stronger competitors alongside Airborne? Are they going to look to the path to E-League? Are they even going to look locally at all? Western Sydney Wanderers, again, another club that I don't believe has made an announcement. But can I just come out and say it? Like, Oh No A Goat, who I'm going to name directly here, good old Joseph, brother Joseph, won the Xbox division. Obviously, GOAT is the GOAT for a reason. He's been there from season 1 of the E-League, apart from having a year off. And then he went and deservedly, ahead of Jazz CB, wins the Xbox division for the last time that we may have the Xbox division. Surely that'd be wild not to have him back. You cannot win your entire side of the thing and then not get an invite back while he's still streaming and competing. But alongside Brother Joseph, does that mean we have yet another spot where a path to E-League competitor could get in? And if you have a look at Western United and the previous partnership that they've formed with a particular esports org, surely, with the competitors sort of going to different clubs, and we get to Western United and you have a look at what's happened in the past, surely both those spots are a lock. So path to E-League, again, if you're unaware, for the first time ever, anyone could compete through the path to E-League to get themselves into a top 30 spot where they will be considered for these remaining spots for the E-League proper. And again, everyone's going to be like, it should have been on PS5. And we've been through this. The tournament infrastructure is on PS4. That's a Sony thing. I don't know what you want people to do. It's not like it was a straight knockout where the number 1 competitor gets through. We're looking for top 30 people that are engaging. I've covered it all already. And when we got to the end, there were 4 competitors that went undefeated throughout the path to E-League. And let's call it like it is. There was a clear number 1 standout, Noah, who again is a Kiwi competitor, slightly newer, fresher to the scene, did not concede the entire time. Now, if I'm Wellington Phoenix, I'm looking at that and thinking, maybe there's something in that. I do believe he's also an E-Nations representative or squad member. But then just skipping down the list, just a little bit, you've got JMK King, who again has that sort of high tier pedigree. And so if you're Wellington and you try to be about this local thing, you've got 3 competitors trying to fit into 2 spots. Anyway, that's their problem, not mine. Congratulations, Noah, for not conceding the entire time. And JMK King for getting that equal share of the 8th position. An excellent job. Now, again, a very familiar name that we've already mentioned, Just Man United, or Justin, also undefeated. And I've got a little rumor going around that we might not even need to wait for for the Path to E-League for Justin to find out where he's going. And that was one of the benefits of the Path to E-League the whole time. I told you guys weeks ago, right? Make your content, get out there, talk about what you're doing, do all the basics, like have your email in your bio, so if a club sees what you're doing and likes it, they can reach out. Now, Tryhard was in there and was smashing it and still finishes top 30 where he can get consideration, not that he needs it anymore, but he also gets a PSN voucher. I'm pretty sure he dipped. I'm pretty sure he got his Central Coast spot. He's just like, see ya, I'm done. Thank you for the voucher. Respect. Now you got Harrison, who is pestering me in a Twitch chat. I'm trying to watch a homie stream, and he's just like, how can I contact you? Bro, my email's in my bio for a reason. Just send me an email. I don't know, I'm older. That's how I roll. Anyway, Harrison's obviously connected to SAF's all about FIFA and has more followers than I ever will, and was another one of these competitors to get a share of 8th. So congratulations to you. That is an excellent finish. Now you've also got Paddy, who I believe potentially flew from Melbourne to Tuggerah to give himself an opportunity through that Central Coast Mariners E-League qualifying tournament. And by his own admission, that tournament and the Path to E-League maybe didn't go exactly as he would have liked. But I tell you what, a share of 11th, streaming on Twitch, social media presence, that's got to be a strong candidate for sure. He's also been one of the competitors who's been going hard at the FIFA Global Series tournaments along the way, so that's got to count for something. And last but certainly not least, chat, what about Broke Boy? The man went into the Path to E-League with all the confidence of an egg that's been dropped on the floor, but I honestly could not be prouder of him for giving it a go. And fam, not only has he given it a go, he's got a share of what, top 14? He wore the Melbourne Victory kit, he scored goals with daggers. And as I was saying earlier, fam, isn't that what we want? Isn't that one of the main things that we should be trying to get out of the E-League, is having these A-League fans competing in an E-League tournament? He streamed all of his games, he was chatting along the way apart from those people he didn't want to chat to. And already the classic response, not just to Broke Boy, but to other names in this top 30 list. I'm seeing comments like, oh, I could have done that, or this competitor's not actually that good. Fam, let me lean in right here just in case we're not clear. You either did it or you didn't do it. So credit to Broke Boy and to any competitor that gave this tournament a go. I genuinely couldn't be prouder of you, particularly if you are a competitor that maybe didn't rate your chances, maybe you were just nervous, maybe you'd not done something like this before. Sure, we've got our top tier competitors and there are some that are clearly a class above, but we had A-League fans, E-League fans giving it a go, getting results that surprised them, and they're rewarded with a PSN voucher for their efforts, and of course will have gotten that experience. Who knows what that could be a launch pad to do. So April 7th, that's a wrap of where we're at right now. Things move very quickly in FIFA esports, but those are my thoughts on maybe which competitors might go where through the Path to E-League, which competitors were some of the standouts, and maybe some clubs that they could get signed up by. To any competitor that I didn't mention in this video, or anyone who is interested in the E-League and pushing their case for one of these remaining spots, as I said on Twitter, as I said in the last video, I want to tell your stories. Feel free to get in touch with me. I'll do some interviews, some Discord calls, whatever you'd like. Otherwise, stay tuned to the E-League and my Twitter and whatnot to try and get those updates officially or unofficially or otherwise. I'm going to go and cry myself to sleep that I did not have the coins to do that Veghorst SBC. I'll chat again soon. See ya.